breaking, U.S. Congress just passed a shocking immigration law. Massive immigration reform has just been signed into law, and it's shaking America to its core like never before. This isn't just another political headline or routine debate. This law could decide whether you stay in the United States, face deportation proceedings, or even lose your chance at becoming a U.S. citizen forever. Stay tuned, because what we're about to reveal in this video will directly impact green card holders, visa workers, international students, and immigrant families across the country. Historic bipartisan reform. In a rare and unexpected move, Republicans and Democrats in Congress have finally joined hands. They passed sweeping immigration changes that almost nobody thought were possible in today's divided political climate. With President Donald Trump back in the White House since January 20th, immigration has been at the top of his agenda. But what surprised everyone was how quickly and decisively bipartisan support came together. This law is more than just a policy adjustment. It is a historic turning point that will reshape U.S. immigration for decades to come. For years, immigration reform has been stalled by political fights. Now, in one moment, the gridlock is gone. The result? The toughest immigration overhaul in modern history. The citizens first, non-citizens second. The central theme of this law is blunt and unmistakable. U.S. citizens come first in every decision. Everyone else, no matter their visa or residency status, is now officially classified as a non-citizen. That includes green card holders who thought they were secure, international students pursuing degrees in America, temporary visa workers filling essential roles in industries, long-term residents who have lived in the U.S. for years. For green card holders, the message is especially devastating. The comfort of thinking, "I'm safe, I have permanent residency," is gone. Under this law, even green card holders are exposed to the same scrutiny and penalties as any other immigrant. DUI equals deportation. Here's where the shock hits hardest. A single DUI, driving under the influence, can now destroy your life in the United States. One conviction is enough to start deportation proceedings. Even more disturbing, no conviction is required. Simply admitting that you drove under the influence could be enough to trigger removal. This is not speculation. It's written directly into the law. Immigration attorneys warn that thousands could be impacted immediately. Green card holders, international students, and temporary workers who may have had a minor legal issue years ago are now suddenly at risk. Think about this. A college student caught drinking underage. A worker stopped at a checkpoint and admitting they drove after one drink. A resident who pled guilty to avoid a longer court fight. All of them could now face deportation. Two pillars of the new law. This reform stands on two powerful and deeply consequential pillars. 1. Expanded inadmissibility. Any DUI offense now makes you inadmissible. You cannot legally enter the United States. If you are already inside, you can still be barred from re-entry after travel. It doesn't matter if you only paid a fine or never spent time in jail. The act itself, even an admission, is enough. 2. Tougher deportation rules. Any DUI, whether misdemeanor or felony, is grounds for mandatory deportation. State distinctions no longer apply. Federal law overrides them all. This means what might be treated as a minor incident in your state is now considered a deportable offense nationwide. From the federal government's perspective, a DUI is a direct path to removal. Why so harsh? Lawmakers defend the crackdown by pointing to public safety. They argue that DUIs are dangerous choices that cost lives every year. The statistics back them up. Thousands of accidents, injuries, and fatalities are linked to impaired driving in the U.S. annually. For Congress, this law is about deterrence, sending a message that reckless behavior will not be tolerated, especially from non-citizens. The logic is clear. If you want the privilege of living in America, you must follow the law perfectly. If you don't, the consequences are swift and unforgiving. But immigrant advocates argue this net is too wide. They warn it will trap people who made a single mistake years ago, paid their dues, and turned their lives around. Instead of encouraging rehabilitation, it punishes permanently. good moral character just got tougher. The law doesn't stop at deportation. It also raises the bar for naturalization. The good moral character test is one of the most important requirements for citizenship. And now, a DUI offense is no longer treated as a minor blemish. It is a total deal breaker. That means you cannot apply for citizenship if you have a DUI. You cannot argue it was a one-time mistake. For many, the ban will be permanent. This strips away one of the most important paths immigrants had for building a permanent life in America. Green card, no longer a shield. For decades, immigrants believed a green card meant safety. It was viewed as a shield, a permanent protection against removal. But that protection has collapsed. Now, a single DUI can revoke your green card. Your lawful permanent resident status can be terminated. You can be placed in removal proceedings with no guarantee of return. The green card is no longer a guarantee of stability. It is fragile, and one wrong choice can break it completely. Law and order versus opportunity. The government says this law balances opportunity with enforcement. Yes, it creates new legal pathways for certain categories of immigrants. But those pathways are overshadowed by strict punishments and restrictions. The bigger message is not about opportunity. It's about control. It's about prioritizing citizens and raising the risks for everyone else. For immigrants, the reality is crystal clear. One mistake could erase years of sacrifice, investment, and hard work. What comes next? This law is just the beginning of a new immigration era. With Trump in the White House and Congress united, speculation is already building. Will more crimes be added to the deportation list? Will the good moral character standard get even stricter? Many legal experts believe this is only phase one of a broader enforcement agenda. For now, one thing is certain. The U.S. is holding non-citizens to the strictest standards in modern history. Final warning. For immigrants, this law is a chilling wake-up call. Your margin for error is gone. One DUI equals deportation. One DUI equals inadmissibility. One DUI equals no path to citizenship. The stakes have never been this high. If this video helped you understand the new immigration law, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a critical update. Share this video with your community, especially green card holders and visa workers who must know what's at risk. This is BorderDrip USA. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next update.